Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Virgo. So, Virgo, as always, I'm doing this reading with my own deck of cards, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. So, let's talk a little bit before I show you the cards, Virgo, because you're coming through a little bit of a reluctant energy, and I feel like you have been summoned or you have been asked to show up in a sort of very important meeting from the looks of it. And it's almost like you are being prepared by like really important figures, right? If those figures are translated in your 3D life, then these people are like authorities. At least it's almost like it's not that they require respect, but it's that you, Virgo, naturally look up to them and you respect them just for their achievements or for what they mean to you. But to be honest, I'm seeing those people, which, they're presenting themselves as almost like a cosmic council, to be honest. And I feel like there is a little bit of reluctance on you because I feel like you're being asked to go on a path or to execute some sort of thing or whatever it is that it's going to be hard, or it's going to be like it's going to require a lot of strength on you and a lot of effort in your part. So yeah, although the message is pretty clear and pretty simple, I feel like there is a little bit of dragging your feet to go to this meeting or to receive the instructions or to just feel it's almost like receiving a bigger responsibility than you ever received, perhaps maybe in your job. But as I said, it's like it feels much more important than that. And I'm not saying that a job is not important, I'm saying that it's much more like it's about who you are. It's about like building your inner self, right? But strengthening your inner self with with a stronger body or with a stronger outer shell. I'm going to explain to you. So we begin with the 10 of Wands. And actually, when this card jumped out of the deck, I was just hearing in my head you saying, oh no, not again, not again. It's almost like maybe, because, so this is what I heard, and this is your reaction. It's like your instinctive reaction to something that you're being called to do or you're being summoned to participate in, because, the two ones in the middle, it's like there is some sort of, representative or like a like it's like somebody that feels like a secretary or some sort of like informant or like a messenger that is bringing you in. So in terms of summoning up, it's like it's almost like they were in line before you, and so now you're next. And so you can see from their face that it's not something that is good, right? Or at least it's something that it requires a lot of work, right? So this is what, you knew from the start, Virgo. It's almost like they are saying to you, like, okay, so you're next. But it's like implied in this, calling you next, that it is going to require a lot more work from your part. And, Virgo is a sign that, deals really well with work, right? So I really admire that in Virgos, and I feel like it's something that, all of us collectively, we should, just learn something from you, really, Virgo. But there's something about this type of work, or this path, or this line of work that you're not so inclined to do. You're not so eager to, hurry up and, just rush into the meeting. It's almost like if you could just, wait for 5 minutes, you would. Or if you could just, delay entirely this meeting instead of being today, being another day. But there's something about like it's almost like you're being called, right? So it's not really up to you. It's like you have to show up, right? Even though you already are anticipating this and, dragging really your feet to just to be there, really. But I feel like the reason why I'm saying that there is more work and maybe even more study to do is because of the hierophant that is coming next. So, well, this is the first authority, right? It's almost like the hierophant is the one that greets you when you enter the room, in a sense. So there is a little bit of, well, as I said, it's like there is respect for this figure, right? It's not that they are imposing anything. It's just that, it's like they are this high level authority that whenever they are in a meeting, it's like that it's a big deal. It's something that is really important, right, Virgo? And you knowing that, right? It's almost like that they're going to put you to work or to dedicate yourself to, study something very hard. So there is a little bit, it's not opposition from your part. It's just that how much effort and time and work you're going to have to put into this. And so what they're saying to you to give you a little bit of an incentive is this Nine of Pentacles. So the way that they are, it's not trying to convince you. It's almost like what they're saying, it's like it's time for you to step into this role, which is linked to the Leo's reading from yesterday about like them stepping into their part, right, of the play, of the show. So, and the Wheel of Fortune is also here for you, which was a big card for Leo too. But with the Nine of Pentacles, what I'm seeing here is like a human body, right? I'm seeing this as human independence. Actually, it was what I heard with this card. It was talking about having the strength, like the physical strength to carry your body around. So this is where it gets really interesting, because when this card came through, well, another major arcana, right? So this is the spot, or this is the role that you're being asked to fulfill, right? It's almost like being birthed as a human, right? Having a human body. That is the reason why I'm saying, yes, this could be translated, practically, as work or as a project or a business, but the way that I saw this Nine of Pentacles being much more like your physical vessel, right? Your physical body. I was seeing, and it's much more than, the money that you have in your bank account, or the possessions that you have, or the home that you live within. It's talking about like the physicality of your body, right? Your bones and muscles and the things that, it's almost like the true vehicle that allows you to be here in this 3D plane. So with the Magician coming next, it's like this is the second higher up that is in the meeting, right? And so although, there's a big contrast between the two figures, although both of them, it's like you respect them because it's like their achievements, or you can sense just the authority that comes from them, right? And so, yeah, so going back to that point that I was trying to make, saying that this is more than just something that happens in your day-to-day life, it could be, but these two characters are presenting themselves as like, it's almost like a council, right? Like if we think of, ETs and different kinds of species, or, different kinds of, I was going to say humanities. Is that a thing? Because it's almost like they come from different, and the moon is here also. So the moon is another entity, right? The moon is another kind of authority figure that maybe, each one of these characters are all around you, present in this meeting, where you are going to be the one who's going to incarnate in a human body, and they are the ones who are coming through as like, they have different origins, right? It's like, and they are summoning you up. It's almost like they're summoning your soul to incarnate in having a human independent body in order to fulfill this physical 3D life, right? And this is what, this hierophant, it's nothing about religion or, tradition. It's coming through, it's coming through as like, they're the ones who, like, they're the ones who give you the first words or the first instructions, or they're the ones who are going to read the rules in a sense, right? It's like they are the ones who can pass on the sort of, it's like the contract, right? The contract that you sign in a sense when you incarnate, right? So they're the ones, the authority figure that is going to, just validate this contract. But the reassurance that they're giving is that this is in order to give you, Virgo, like a healthy body, a healthy vessel, something that is like you can treasure, you can honor, right? This is what the Nine of Pentacles, and this is like these two here, the two other figures, right, coming from, other galaxies, other planets. It's like the moon is coming through much more as like a mother figure, whereas this hierophant has a lot of like masculine energy, very strict. It's almost like emotionless, right? And the moon is like completely emotional, right? So this is the clear distinction to me as a reader, at least, like how they come from different places, like how their origins is like completely different from one another, right? And this is the reason why they're coming all together to, it's not even to greet you like as you decide to sign the contract, right, to have a human vessel. It's much more to, it's like remind you that, there are different origins, right? It's like your vessel is not your origin. I don't even know where this is coming from or where this is going. Yeah, so Virgo, it's interesting because I had a lovely conversation with men today, and we were talking about like how Virgo, to me at least, is a beautiful earthly sign, but that is like, it connects deeply to Mother Earth. And so, maybe this is the reason, Virgo, why you are the one who are being summoned up, or who was summoned up, by this council of three that have like very different origins, for you to incarnate in this human earthly body, right? But to not forget like that you're not from here, but you're choosing to come here because you're signing the contract. Like you knew what you were signing for, right? But with a magician, that is the interesting thing. So here we have an extremely feminine and emotional energy coming from the moon, and the hierophant is bringing all of the rules and the restrictions, and it's almost like the limits of your body, right? It's like they are stating all of the limits and the conditions of having this vessel. The magician, on the other hand, is coming through as a much more neutral, like genderless kind of energy. And this, it's almost like the magician is here for one purpose only. And it's like he is the one who's going to, it's like casting a spell over you, like some sort of like he's going to, you know, bring the veil down. It's almost like these two characters, the moon and the hierophant, it's like they are, you know, the mother and the father of the universe, like the two principles that govern, you know, the council. And the magician, it's like they are, you know, the part that they are playing in this, it's like to cast some sort of, you know, forgetfulness in you once you decide to sign this contract, in a sense, right? So yes, this can be too out there, so I'm trying to, you know, see how this could be applied in a practical 3D life, right? Because really, this magician, like, instead of being like the one that applies the veil, right, the veil that you will forget about these true origins, although, you know, it's coming so powerfully in your reading that I wonder if you have you ever truly forgot, you know, because it's like, it's almost like I can hear you say, but I love Earth so much. And it's like, yes, you do, and that is a reason why you have been chosen, because you do love the earth so much, right? And that is the other thing about this magician. It's not that they're, you know, casting the spell to forget, to make you forget about where you came from, but truly to make you, like, to make you have the eyes of like a magician being, that meaning that you can see the magic wherever you go, right? Even though there are the limitations, there are the, you know, emotional waves, there is also a lot of value. And this is the part of, this is part of the spell that they are casting on you, right? So after this moon, we have these two wonderful cards here, the Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Pentacles. So these two cards are actually one and the same. It's just that this is the sort of image that comes through when you are in a meeting with beings from different species, right? Or from different parts of the galaxy, that it's like, you know, the council, that it's like there is no forgetfulness, right? It's like when you are in this meeting, you know it all because you were given all of the rules, and you were given like this starting point of seeing exactly who is the council and who are these beings and where they come from and why they are here and why you are here, right? But here, this is the sort of perspective that you have from that side of the veil, in a sense. It's like before the magician casts the spell, it's like, you know, that this is like the portal that is like is presented or is seen, is visible from the other side of the veil, right? It's like this doorway, right? Or this passage. It's like, this is what, it's like, that is the thing. It's like, I'm seeing this Wheel of Fortune as like a curtain, like literally a curtain. And this is when this magician applies their spell. It's like the magic comes when you cross this portal. Because once you are on the other side, it's like, it's just a concrete wall, right? The Four of Pentacles was talking about like the physical reality, the basis of the physical reality. And so although it's like, you know, we often say that this reality is, you know, third dimensional, if we think of the 4D, right, being time, and we understand, well, do we understand time? That's a good question. But this Four of Pentacles is talking about the four essential elements for you to live in this plane, in this physical dimension, right? That has the three dimensions, but also has the fourth one, which is, you know, the clock ticking of this Wheel of Fortune. That is one and the same thing. It's like they are like this, right? This is the perspective from one side of the veil, but when you cross it, you can only see this. It's like very segmented, or it's like very very simple, very basic. There is no magic, you know. And that is the spell that is being, you know, cast over you for a purpose, right? So that is the interesting thing, because the world card is not here. And, you know, usually the world to me has this reflection about, you know, Mother Earth. But I feel like somehow that is what you're about to find out, Virgo, right? Or what you were about to find out once you decided to incarnate, right? And I know this can be very, you know, controversial, because, you know, many people say that we choose, many people say that we don't choose, you know, just see however this feels for you. It's just the way that is playing out in the cards today for you, right? So if it's not your message, it's not your message. If it resonates, if it makes sense, then it's your message. Anyways, I'm going to pull more cards for you, Virgo, and also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be happy to see you. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.